So in an experiment, you have two types of conditions, the natural condition and the experimental condition. The natural condition consists of a control group. The control group is what will provide you a basis for comparison between natural and experimental conditions. So in that Red Bull example, your natural condition would be a test subject that doesn't get any Red Bull before they exercise. They would be your control group, and you're looking for that as a comparison between people that don't get any Red Bull to people that do get Red Bull in the experimental condition. So in the experimental condition, you have a minimum of 4 experimental groups. Each experimental group gets a different setting of the independent variable. Keeping with our example of the Red Bull experiment, the independent variable is the amount of Red Bull that the test subject receives prior to exercise. So you would have a minimum of 4 different groups, each one getting its own setting of Red Bull. So some get 1 milliliter of Red Bull, some get 10 milliliters of Red Bull, some get 20 milliliters of Red Bull, and so forth. What you're going to then do is compare the experimental groups under the experimental condition to the control group under the natural condition. Now, it's not enough to do this one time, because it could have just been a fluke. So to ensure that the experiment isn't a fluke, but it's actually changing or modifying something about that condition, you're going to repeat your experiment a minimum of 4 times. So you do it once, you repeat it 4 times, that's a total of 5 data points for each group. Since you've got 1 control group and 4 experimental groups, we call this a 5 by 5. 5 different groups, 5 different data points collected, for a total of 25 data points minimum to carry out biostatistics. And biostatistics will be a mathematical endeavor we'll look into later about how to get a quantifiable way of comparing your groups.